So I can't say that I've ever tried a Sennheiser microphone that I really didn't like. And so when I was in the music store the other day and I saw this XS1, I decided to check it out. The Sennheiser XS1 is an inexpensive handheld dynamic microphone. It can be had for between 40 and 50 US dollars at the time of recording. And again, with Sennheiser, I really haven't found one that I didn't like. So in that price range, I wanted to see if Sennheiser can deliver. So in this video, I'm going to unbox the XS01, then I'll go through the specifications. We'll do some physical tests, handling noise, off-axis rejection, plosives, some microphone comparisons with unprocessed audio, and then I'll do some examples of processed audio. And just a quick reminder about my podcast package sweepstakes. I'm giving away an Audio-Technica AT2040 with a Focusrite Scarlett 4i4 and an XLR cable. Check the pinned comment below for details. So let's go ahead and unbox the Sennheiser XS1. It's a fairly basic package, instructions in various languages. It's just a slide folder, so we'll pull it out. And it's a solid enough cardboard box, but nothing really that special here. Inside we have a pouch for the microphone. There's also an instruction booklet. So we'll just pull that out of the box. And then we have the pouch, and inside it will be the microphone. So I'll go ahead and open that up. So we get the microphone, and it already has a clip on it as well. So handheld clip. Go ahead and take it out of the plastic. It's a good solid feeling microphone, good heavy construction, and it has what they call a silent on-off switch, so we'll see how that works. The Sennheiser XS1 is a handheld dynamic microphone with a cardioid pickup pattern. It has a frequency response of 55 to 16,000 Hertz, a nominal impedance of 300 ohms with a sensitivity of 1.8 millivolts, and it has a weight of 330 grams. And now I'm on the Sennheiser XS1. I have it connected directly to my Focusrite Scarlett 8i6 with the gain set at 430. This is a very gain-hungry microphone, and I've applied no processing to the mic. So this is what it's going to sound like out of the box. Now we'll go ahead and run through a few of the audio tests and physical tests. So first we'll check for plosives. People, because. Yeah, definitely I can hear some plosives coming through. Now we'll test with a pop filter. People, because. And so this microphone definitely benefits from having a pop filter in front of it, but I think with it aimed across my mouth and using some decent mic technique, we can probably get away without too many issues with plosives. Now we'll go ahead and we'll do a handling noise test. Now this microphone has a pretty significant roll-off at 150 Hertz, so I expect that'll have some influence on this, but nonetheless, let's check it out. And interestingly enough, I didn't really hear a lot of handling noise when I was just grabbing the microphone, but definitely tapping on the boom arm did create some noise. While we're here, we'll also test the on-off switch to see what kind of noise it makes. Well, Sennheiser calls that a silent on-off switch. I wouldn't exactly call it silent through the audio feed. I mean, it's pretty smooth and quiet on the microphone itself, but definitely picked it up in the audio. Now we'll go ahead and test the proximity effect of this microphone. So as I get right up close on the microphone, this is the sound that we'll get. So it definitely has proximity effect on this mic. If you want to get that sort of lower proximity sound, you can do that. Now we'll test it at distance. So right now I'm at about 3 inches off the microphone. This is what it sounds like. Now I'll back up a little bit. Now I'm at about 6 inches away from the mic, and this is what it sounds like. This is about a foot away from the microphone, and this is what it sounds like. And here I am at about 2 feet away from the microphone, and this is what it sounds like. And because this is a handheld dynamic microphone, I won't test it at any greater distance than 2 feet. And now we'll test the off-axis rejection of this microphone. So starting out at the front, this is what it sounds like. Now I'm at 90 degrees to the microphone. This is the sound. Now I'm speaking from directly behind the microphone, and this is what you get. And finally, the other side, 90 degrees, this is the sound. And based on my monitoring, I'd say this microphone performs as I would expect for a cardioid pattern mic. We're getting good rejection from the background and reasonable sensitivity in the side. So yeah, what I would expect. Now we'll test background noise rejection. So I'm typing on my keyboard and we can hear that it definitely is picking that up in the background by my monitoring. So I'm going to say this is a fairly sensitive microphone. Now we'll go ahead and we'll do some comparisons of this microphone. So first, of course, starting out on the Sennheiser XS1, again connected directly to the Scarlett 8i6, gain set at 430, no processing applied. This is what it sounds like out of the box. And now I'm on the Behringer XM8500. This is another inexpensive dynamic handheld microphone. I have it connected directly to the Scarlett 8i6 with the gain set at 4 o'clock, no processing applied. This is what the XM8500 sounds like. And here I am back on the Sennheiser XS1. Again, no changes to the gain, no processing applied, just to get used to this microphone again before we try another one out. And now we are on the newer NW40 microphone. This is another inexpensive handheld vocal dynamic. I have the gain set at 4 o'clock on my Scarlett 8i6. No processing applied. This microphone also tends to be a little bit more presence forward, so I'm expecting it to compare to the Sennheiser, but we'll see what it's like. And here I am again back on the Sennheiser XS1 with it connected directly to the Scarlett 8i6. Gain at 430, no processing, everything the same as before, just to get you used to the sound again. Let's check out another mic. And now I'm on the Audio-Technica AT2040 broadcast dynamic microphone. I have the gain on the Scarlett set to 4 o'clock, and this microphone also has no processing applied. This microphone usually goes for around $100 at the time of recording, so a little more expensive than the Sennheiser. This is what it sounds like. And once again, I'm back on the XS1 connected to the Scarlett 8i6 with a gain at 430 and no processing. Now we'll go ahead and compare it to a small diaphragm condenser microphone. And now I'm on the AKG P170 small diaphragm condenser microphone. I have the gain set at 1230 on the Scarlett 8i6, no processing applied to this microphone, and I do have 48 volts phantom power turned on. This is what the small diaphragm condenser microphone sounds like. And now finally back again on the Sennheiser XS1. I have the Scarlett set at 430 for gain, no processing applied to this microphone. And I have to say that of all the microphones I tested it with in this comparison, this microphone, although it has a very high presence forward sound, it also is a very clean sound to my ears. I'm not really picking up a lot of noise from this microphone at all. So a really good amount of clarity coming through here. So pretty impressed with this microphone for that price point. Doesn't really have a lot of low end. Again, very presence forward as it is out of the box. But we'll see what we can do with a little bit of processing. As always, I'd like to give you an example of a few different process sounds. So we'll fire up Neutron 3. Okay, and now we're on the low mid warmth preset using iZotope Neutron 3. This microphone has quite a presence forward sound out of the box, so I'm not going to try the forward dialogue. I think this has plenty of that to begin with. But this is the low mid warmth. As you can see, this is kind of the classic Pultec look here. We've got a little bit of a boost, then a dip. And keeping in mind the frequency response on this mic had a significant roll-off starting at 150. This will compensate for that a little bit and reduce kind of any boxiness that might be created. So that's what this sounds like. Now I've switched over to the podcast setting in Neutron 3. So this is with the podcast setting process applied. And again, kind of a very gentle boost in the low end here. And we have a little bit of a dip to control S's here. But again, this is what this microphone sounds like. And finally now on Big Broadcast 3, this has a very large boost in the bass area for those of you that like that bassier sound. Not again quite sure how much we're going to get with this microphone. It again is pretty limited in the low end, but the clarity of this microphone was excellent without processing. So just an example, none of these processings are set up specifically for this microphone, but just to give you an idea of what the sound is. And now I'm on the Sennheiser XS1. I've modified the processing a bit to kind of just give it a little moderate boost in the low end just to even things out. And I have to say my general impression of this microphone is exceptionally clear for this price point. The self noise is very low to my ears. Let me know what you think in the notes below in the comments. I mean, the sound to me is very clear compared to some of the other microphones. But again, I'd really be interested to hear what you think about this. Again, this is a $40 to $50 US microphone at this time. And, as I said at the beginning, Sennheiser has never really disappointed me with any of their microphones. And I'm kind of surprised at how good this microphone is to my ears for the sound. You may think it's terrible. You may like one of the other ones better. That's fine too. Just very interested in everyone's opinion on this. Hope you found this video interesting and helpful. If you did, think about subscribing or smash that like button. I have new content coming out weekly. Check out the video or the playlist on the screen. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.